You might have noticed that I was unable to produce a video yesterday. I was at the hospital all day. My wife's water broke at 1 a.m., which was a surprise for all of us, as it was a few weeks early. Unfortunately, she struggled for 12 hours but could not deliver, and we had to do an emergency C-section. Luckily, my daughter and my wife are both in perfect health. But the birth of my first child gave me time to reflect on myself, my team, and the work that we are doing here, and I would like to share some of these thoughts with you today. When ideas that run against our deepest convictions begin to win the day, then engaging in battle is our calling, and peace has become a sin. We must, even at the cost of peace, lay our convictions bare before friend and enemy with all the fire of our faith. These are the words of Abraham Kuyper, the former Dutch Prime Minister and probably one of the greatest leaders the West has ever produced. Applying this to his own life is the very reason we still remember Kuyper's name today. But more importantly, it is the very key to saving our own people here in South Africa and saving the Western civilization as a whole. Journalists shape society. This may be an uncomfortable truth for most of us, but history testifies to the fact that journalists have always had the power to reshape and redirect a society in unprecedented ways. Donald Trump would have never shocked the world with his surprise victory in 2016 had it not been for the rise of alternative media around the time. You see, mainstream media is the most important and the very reason why not just us here in South Africa, but people all over the Western world are sitting in the situation we are in today, with the rise of international leftism, neoliberalism, multiculturalism, and all the ideas and actually values that people think is the norm today. All of this started with the mainstream media. And an alternative for the mainstream media was needed to change this. People often ask us how it is that we here at the Willem Petscher Group intend to make a true practical difference in the lives of people. Well, the reality is, however, that every project and every initiative that we do starts in the hearts and the minds of the people who launch and drive these initiatives. And what we do here is precisely this: shaping people's hearts and minds in such a way that it is necessary for the foundation to be laid in terms of building a future, not only for us, but for our children. This is exactly why I decided so many years ago to dedicate my life to this endeavor. To help people not only understand the nature of the problem that we here as the Afrikaner, or in general here in South Africa, face, but also the nature of the problem we face in the West as a whole. With the birth of my daughter, all of this just became so much more important to me. The decline of the Western world and the source of the challenges we face today started with bad ideas put into practice, bad ideas forced down our throats by the mainstream media, and bad ideas that became the norm. And so, saving our people and civilization ultimately, fighting fire with fire, is needed by providing that counterfire to what we were accustomed to. Stay tuned, because in today's video I'm going to highlight why the work that we do here at the Willem Petscher Group is really the best I can do, or you can do, for a better future for my children and for yours. To highlight just how important the work is to counter this narrative that had been the dominant narrative all these decades in the West, not for entertainment purposes, but for practically impacting and changing the world's view of those around us, to change the world ultimately. Allow me to take you back to what occurred in one of the motherlands of the Afrikaner a little over a century ago. In 1901, a man by the name of Abraham Kuyper, who, despite being best known as a Reformed theologian, had worked as a journalist for most of his career. He shocked the world by becoming the very first conservative Dutch Reformed Prime Minister in a country where liberals had dominated election after election, not just for decades but for centuries. In the 1894 general election in the Netherlands, a mere 7 years before Kuyper took power, the two largest parties were the Liberal Union and the Free Liberals, along with a third left-wing party, the Radical League, which won a combined total of 62 out of the 100 seats in Dutch Parliament, giving them almost a two-thirds majority. The Calvinist conservative anti-revolutionary party under Kuyper won a mere 5 out of the total of 100 seats. Yet, only 7 years later, Kuyper led this very party to a victory in the 1901 election when it achieved no less than 24 seats, allowing the Protestants and the Roman Catholics to form a coalition government, keeping the liberals and anti-Christians who had dominated the Dutch politics for over a century since the French Revolution out of the cabinet altogether. While Kuyper's theological books and his lectures at the Free University of Amsterdam undoubtedly played a role in his progress, what really impacted the voters and really swung the people towards Kuyper and his Christian politics and his conservative politics was his immense journalistic work. In 1872, he founded the newspaper De Standaard, which published tens of thousands of articles and opinion pieces over the course of the next 3 decades. Journalism was Kuyper's daily discipline, not an occasional activity. He wrote endlessly to the point that he was essentially shaping the news cycle rather than reacting to it. By 1900, De Standaard had a circulation of around 30,000 copies, making it one of the more influential papers in the Netherlands at the time. This is ultimately what propelled him into political power and what enabled him to grow from a minor political party in an antagonistic landscape dominated by liberals to one holding power. At the time, he managed to actually change the hearts and minds of the Dutch people. And this is what enabled him to bring about the real change in the Netherlands, where even today, more than 120 years later, conservative Christian politics remains an important factor in a country that is otherwise known for being one of the wokest, most liberal capitals in the world. Like Abraham Kuyper did with De Standaard, and like so many others did with newspapers throughout modern history, we here at the Willem Petsche Group believe that real external change begins internally. It begins when challenging people's hearts and minds are what is being done at the order of the day. We really work towards self-determination, for example, and our ideal of an Afrikaner Republic for our own people. We really work towards liberating our people from the oppression of BEE and the ANC's corruption. But doing so now, especially at this stage of the fight, requires at the first point engaging first and foremost in the battle of ideas. It requires fighting against the worldviews which brought about this mess in the first place. It requires exposing the flaws behind destructive ideas such as restorative justice, which is the driving force behind the over 140 race laws in this country, which openly discriminate against white people. And most importantly, it breaks the idea in people's heads that make them pacifists or nihilists even, that believe that there is no fight for us to fight, that believe that because we are a minority in this country, we are completely unable to bring about real change, or that make them think at worst that we are unable to unite as a people and fight for a better future for our children. And yes, it is accompanied by activism, such as, for example, the activism we engaged in when we handed over the memorandum to the US Embassy last year, or the activism we did when we raised awareness concerning the case of Saki Saartjie, which no one else seemed to be talking about. This week, I was especially blessed with the birth of my daughter, and it helped me to pause and once again reflect on the genuine reasons the team behind me and I do what we do every single day. We really are in this to win, and to win one must keep in mind that the age-old truth that the pen is always mightier than the sword. I genuinely want to build a future that our daughters and our sons and our future generations can believe in. One where they can live truly fruitful and constructive lives to the glory of God and the advancement of the kingdom of Christ here on earth. With our daily videos and our activism and our campaigns and all the other initiatives we still have in the pipeline, we try to work hard every day with one goal in mind. With every video and every campaign, every social media post, this is and will always remain our ultimate aim. In a recent video, I highlighted why we here at the Willem Petsche Group continue doing what we are doing here in South Africa, despite the fact that hundreds of thousands of our kinsmen have fled elsewhere in search of greener pastures. Check out this video by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right now. And strengthen our hands and my team's hands as we continue to fight this fight on our behalf by becoming a member of the Willem Petsche Group today. Simply follow the easy steps on the banner below. Goodbye and God bless.